Hey everyone, how's it going? It's me from Infinite Realms, and today we're reviewing, well, I don't know if these were ever listed as Target exclusive, but Target exclusive, um, Gambit and Rogue. And, apologies, I just thought about that. I've never heard anybody refer to them as such, but, that's the only place I've ever seen them is, Target.com. And, Target had a sale, a big sale. And Gambit and Rogue was in it, and I just finally bent down and bought both, and I'll explain each as I go. But first we'll start with Gambit. Now, confession time. I've never been a huge fan of Gambit. I don't know what it is. I know when he came into the X-Men, I felt like he was replacing Longshot. And I always thought the way he throws his cards was similar to how Longshot throws his daggers. That kind of stuck to me. It seemed like everybody loved the guy, and I was just kind of like, well, he's kind of there, I admit. And I wasn't a huge fan of that thing around his face. I didn't really understand what it was. I mean, why is he wearing a mask that's not masking anything? And it was just like, okay, he's a guy, and I mean, the charging card trick was pretty cool. I did like that, but there wasn't much I really appealed to me about the character. At the same time, I didn't really hate him. I just didn't like him. So I kind of hesitated on buying a figure, and then I did see this one. I said, well, I like those charging cards effects. Those are really nifty. I like the bow. I like that he has a staff. That's really cool. So yeah, when I saw that sale, I was like, okay, I feel like I want a Gambit for my X-Men, and this seemed like the Gambit to get, and I think I was right on that. I mean, it just he looks the part. I mean, he looks old classic Gambit. Gambit doesn't seem to have changed much from what I've seen. I looked up some pictures. And, I hadn't checked on Gambit in a long, long time. And when I did, oh boy, it reminded me why I don't read modern comics. But, minus the brief stint of being Apocalypse's Horseman Death, which is as natural as no oral bowel movement. But anyway, really, looks like he just took the mask thing off his head, and that's it. That looks like the only change I saw. Of course, it's really tough when you Google images of a character, because they usually stick to the classic look and don't give you anything much else. So, anyway, this is more of the classic look, which is what I would want, and what I would go with anyhow. First thing I noticed is, the one bit of disappointment that I wasn't anticipating is he has single jointed arms, which I was not expecting. And when I saw it, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, single jointed arms in this day and age? But yeah, single jointed arms, I mean, that's kind of a letdown. I can work with it. They get a decent amount of range for what they are, but I hardly ever see single jointed elbows, unless it's like a really large figure, or it's a Star Wars figure. I mean, they've been doing that with Star Wars, which I get. He does get a good range on it. It's a little above 90, so it's not a deal breaker. But, to my surprise, though, when I got the figure and I started looking at him, I was like, whoa, I kind of like this more than I thought I would. And I have to say, I do like him more than I thought I would. So his charge effects are really nifty. I do like that. And they look really good. The translucent parts are perfect, and the cards are pretty good. You can kind of fudge the cards a little bit with the effects and get something pretty neat out of them. So I do like the cards. I like the throwing cards. I like the effect on the one he's charging. And the bow staff is just a nice touch. Really cool, really awesome. I really like it. So, really, I gotta give this one about 4.5 stars. It surprised me how much I like it. even with the single jointed arms. Now the coat does move around quite a bit. It doesn't get in the way that most long coats get into the way, so that's a plus too. Plus, well, with the way Gambit poses, I mean, he will pose certain ways, so it works for him. I like it. Again, 4.5 stars. Works for me. I mean, if you want to get a Gambit for your collection, this is the Gambit to get. I think there's a nice sheen on the armor on his body and everything, and I mean, I think he just works as Gambit, and those effects really work as well. Now, Rogue. I already had a Rogue, and in this style. It was from the Juggernaut wave. I bought it shortly after the Juggernaut wave hit. It was somebody who was selling off the figure for keeping the Build-A-Figure piece, and I did spend a little more than retail, but I really wanted that Rogue. Then I saw, now the caveat of that was they didn't include all the accessories, they just included her fists. So when this one came out, I noticed that the hand with the glove is in there, and I went, I'd like to have that. Really would like to have that. So, when this sale came up, I just, you only live once, get it. I mean, it's worth it. Now, I thought this figure was going to be 100% reuse of the Juggernaut Wave Rogue. And for the most part, I am right. The thing that caught me off guard was the head sculpt. The head sculpt looks like it's a new head sculpt. And it's a great looking head sculpt. The hair is different. It's much more poofy and 80s. And of course, you got to realize that was the look that it was. It was just that big fat 80s hair on that Jim Lee design. I mean, I don't know. It was really funny because that kind of hairstyle was going out at the time. So here he comes with that. But, once again, due to the jacket, single jointed arms, but we'll get over that. Now, back to the head sculpt. I mean, it looks very similar. I mean, very, very similar. Really similar. The shape of the face is different, but I mean, it's really hard to tell. The bandana looks almost exactly the same. So that's what caught me off guard. And I was like, oh, did they paint it different? And I realized, no, the bandana is, there's a bit of forehead sticking out on the Juggernaut Wave one, whereas, the hair comes over it in the Retro Wave. Now, another thing is the boot guards on Rogue. I don't know what happened there with the guy who I bought it from, but he jacked them up, and I've never been able to get them to fit right. But I do think, and ironically, there's more detail onto the X logo on the sleeves of the jacket, which I do like. And ironically, I think, although I really love this sheen on the green on the Juggernaut Wave Rogue, and I don't like the matte as much on the green, I really think overall I like this Rogue much better than the Juggernaut Wave Rogue. So that's something to consider. And again, I thought it was full reuse. It was not, and that's always a plus. Now also too, you have the hands, and I love the fact that she has the glove in one hand and then the bare hand. Classic Rogue getting ready to take somebody's power and psyche, and that's a good one. I mean, it's a great, and you got some posing possibilities with that makes it really fun. Or you can just let her do the old-fashioned Southern punch that she used to do. So yeah, a lot of possibilities there. So yeah, I really dig this Rogue. If it had double jointed arms, I would say 5 stars. Seriously, I really, really like this Rogue. As it stands, I'm only going to go with about 4.5. I mean, she needs double jointed arms, but beyond that, she's great. She's wonderful. Love her. So 2 really good ones that caught me off guard. Thought I'd share them with you. They're still kind of new, so I give them their own review. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day.